give it a thumbs up, share with anyone you know will want to benefit from real estate investing and wholesaling. Today, I have two properties to review, and I just want to do it in front of you. I want to bring you on board, and we're going to do it together. So, without any further ado, I'm just literally just going to go into my software. The same software I use, you can find it at empirebigdata.com. I use two different tools for this purpose. There's also dealestimator.com, which is absolutely free on our website that you can use for this purpose. Okay, there are two properties that I'm looking at that I'm going to assess. I'm going to use them as example for you so that you can see how we evaluate these things. All right, so with that being said, without any further ado, let me just go ahead and share this with you. All right, and if you're brand new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We are doing stuff like this all the time, so you don't want to miss out big time. Let me pull this together. If you can hear me clearly, please go ahead and tell me that you can hear me, just to make sure that you can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, let me know that you can hear me. Before I dive into this, if you go to myEmpirePRO.com/blog, we have a new post up there that you want to make sure you go look at after this, because it will be a solid guide for you on how I do this, like the step by step. Okay, because we're gonna spend, I don't know, next few minutes doing this. But if you want like a step by step guide on how to do this, you go to myEmpirePRO.com/blog. We have a brand new post on there called the definitive guide to running comps in real estate. So comparables is the same thing as comps. This is how we evaluate a piece of property. You cannot buy a property unless you know what it's worth. Okay, a good agent will also guide you through that process to determine what a property is worth. Let me just set this up right here real quick. Make sure that we're live. All right, perfect. All right, so this post right here is brand new, so make sure you go check that out after. All right, so let me go into the first piece of property, and then we'll take it from there. All right, so the first one is 89 Montgomery Avenue, Irvington, New Jersey. Right, so this is typically how it will work for you once you once you find a property. Like once a property comes on your radar, this is how it works. You have the address, and then you have to evaluate. Maybe you spoke to a lead, and you have to be like, okay, let me get back to you on that. Let me do some math real quick. And the math is essentially what I'm about to do right now. So I'm going to go into this property. Okay. A couple of things that I do. This tool right here is the empirebigdata.com. Let me go ahead and make sure that it's this one right here. This one. All right. So you have it at least there. So if you want to try it out, that option is right there. All right, so here's a property. So yes, this property is actually a vacant land, and you can see here that PropStream instantly tells me that this after repair value here is $237,000. Now, of course, I don't use that number because that's basically averaging out everything in the neighborhood. This is the first property I want to assess. So basically, there's no exact comparable, but there are comparables. This is what I learned, is that this land is actually zoned for a 2 or 3 family property, new construction. That would be, but I would like to know what this property will be worth after spending, I don't know, like $125 per square footage building a brand new property that's 2,500 square footage, right? So let's do a quick math, right? 125. I'm just being conservative, maybe 150, maybe 100, right? 175, multiply that by 25,000 square footage property on that land. That's going to cost about $312,000, $500. Okay, so we can call that like the repair estimate. Okay, why would I need that? So the dealestimator.com, which takes you directly into the free calculator that we've put there for you. All right, that takes you there to that, directly to that calculator. All right, so if we go here, I'm going to click start a new calculation. Okay, so there are three tools I've used so far. Two of them, all three of them are free for your first 7 days. Two of them are free forever. One of them, which is this one, PropStream, will cost you money after 7 days, but you can try it out for free. Cost you nothing to try it out, right? So let's look at this. So I'm not going to use this after repair value. It says average comps is that. I'm just going to go directly here. Okay, I'm going to look at this. I want to see what properties are what properties like two to three family brand new constructions are worth in that area. Now, new constructions there's a lot of them in that area, so it will affect the value. If it's not a lot of them in the area, maybe not so much. Okay, all right. So boom, let's go back here. Comparables. So we'll go under comparables tab, and that will open this up. So in New Jersey is a disclosure state, so that means we can, like, the public records and the MLS records are basically the same thing, but I still select both because some properties are sold off market and I want to see what they are. So I just do both, and I just make sure I don't pick duplicates on this list. All right, so I go 1 year back into the past, and then I only properties within 1 mile radius. And I want them. This is somewhat can be on the borderline of Newark and Irvington. So that's because I know the neighborhood. If you're doing virtual wholesaling, maybe you don't know the neighborhoods. That's okay. If it's wrong, you can always go back and fix this. They'll tell you, like the people that want to help you with the deal disposition in any local market will be able to tell you that the comps are off because that's the railway line divides like the streets up, and that makes all the difference. Or it's on the border of two towns, right? That's the case here a lot of time, but I'm lucky enough. Majority of I see some comps here, Irvington, and if you scroll down here, I can see some Newark. You want to make sure that the comps are in the same town, okay? Because that will be used against you if you don't make sure of that. All right. So now one thing I know is that. All right. So I'm going to go here. I only pick only sold properties, 1 mile radius, 1 year of comparables. Property class has to be all residential. In New Jersey, the property type is not always accurate, so I just leave it as all. That's okay. All right, so I can see here that it does say vacant land. So in reality, you're not supposed to use comparables that are not vacant land, but I just want to see what the properties are worth if I do decide to build a property on this land. Or my investors that I want to sell the deal to or assign the deal to will want to know, right? So that's why I'm doing my math right now, okay? So I'm going to deselect this, then I'm going to go to, I'm just going to play around with this a little bit. Amount, okay? Amount, I can see here that, let's see. I can see here that there's a property here that is sold apartments. It's an apartment, so I definitely don't want apartments. So instead of making this all, I'm just going to say single, multifamily, maybe multifamily, just to eliminate the whole apartment craziness, right? Then I'll deselect this again, right? All right, so we're looking good. We actually have a property that sold on that same street, 75, within the last 1 year. This was July, so that's almost over a year ago, which means that comp is almost obsolete, right? It was on the market for 173 days and it sold for 170. Not looking good. But anyway, this is a new construction that I'm looking for. So I need to make sure that it's properties that were built anytime after 1990. Okay. So the minimum is 1990 because this will be a new construction, and new construction is a common thing in Newark and Irvington. So that becomes a significant factor. All right. So now that I put 1990, I'm only looking at properties that are built 1990 and into the future. So I see a picture here. There's a property here that's sold on the same street, number 67, just a couple of houses down the line. I'm just going to click onto it and see the picture. All right, so this property is not, it's probably not, it's 2001 built into that, not bad, you know, two family, but it's sold for how much? Sold for 208. Okay, so we're not looking good. If it's going to cost us $312,000 to build a new construction, 2,500 square footage, which is basically the most common size of new construction in that area, it's going to cost me $300,000. These numbers are not looking good, right? So, but we'll see. Let's just continue to see. I'm just looking here. Occupancy is vacant. Okay, lot size 4,003. So this square footage is 2,200 here. Okay, all right, let's just keep that there, right? So I'm going to deselect this, right? I have all of these properties. Just for the sake of this math, okay, let's see here. If I click on amount and I'll look from top to bottom, because basically I'm looking for best case scenario, right? So let's just assume that this property is built nicely, it's brand new construction, and we're looking for the best case scenario. Okay, so when I click on the column header amount, I do see the highest sold here, and a lot of them are Newark. I told you about Newark. I will not be able to use Newark comparables, at least for me personally, because again, these things are subjective, right? I do see one here. The highest new construction is $345,000. So I'm going to pick that one. Okay, I pick it. Let me just click on the pictures just to make sure that it looks like a new construction. Oh yeah, that's them right there. Okay, like this one is damaged, right? But it's a new construction that was built, and I could tell because of the way it's built, 2006. Okay, all right. So, but there's damages on it. It's probably vandalized, right? So, well, that's one right there. Okay, and that's the highest in Irvington. And there's another one here that's sold. I'm gonna pick the right. So the one MLS sold. All right, so I'm gonna pick this one. That's Newark, so I'm not gonna use that comp. I'm looking for 5 comps preferably, but that's a new construction right there, was built in 2007. That's what it would look like if we decide to build it, right? All right, so I'm gonna click on this. Okay, so that's a good comp right there. I gotta scroll through again. Let's see. This is the same property. Like I said, I picked both MLS and public record. So I'm just going to use the MLS just to make sure I have all the data that the realtors put in the system. So I'm going to take that one out. Make sure you're not picking duplicate. Okay. So this is typically applicable for you if you're in a disclosure state. Okay. There's another one here. That's Newark, 19th Avenue. It's a new construction here. It was sold just like a month ago or so. So I'm gonna click on it. So I have 3 comparables is good enough, but I prefer to have 5 comparables to prove my point that this property is what it's worth. All right, so this is actually estimated value. That's not the sold price. Okay, so that's not the number we're looking for. But let's scroll through. This is good. It was sold for $339. I gotta scroll through. It's dropping through the list. All right, so Newark. There's Irvington right here. Okay, there's another one sold in January for $327. So now I'm picking the 4th. Okay, so it says 4 selected right there, right? All right, so 4 selected. All right, so let's keep going. I'm looking for one more. Okay, I'm looking for one more. Preferably, I already have enough, but I like 5 comps because I actually don't like the mouth of investors that want to say, but that's not enough comps. I don't like their mouth. Sometimes I want to slap them. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm not a violent person. But I like my numbers to be good, so I don't have to. So because I literally ignore people that have problem with my comps. I will take the information in just in case I find it useful later, but I ignore them. That's what I do with them. All right, so we have one here, 48 Ellis. That's another one sold for $305. So I have this here, and this one was sold public records, it says, but it's not on the MLS and sold for $327. That's one of those examples. That's why I picked both. All right, but you can't pick both if you're in a non-disclosure state because your Public records will be inaccurate. You want to pick the MLS. Okay. All right. So this one is good. I'm going to pick it. Okay. All right. So we're looking good there. We have 5 selected properties. I can see the average sales here. It says 331. Okay. Average cost per square footage. And this is good days on the market. So average days on the market, 23 days if it's priced right. If I'm willing to wait a little bit longer on the market, maybe I can price it a little bit higher, maybe up to 350. I don't like the idea generally as an investor. I like my properties to move quick. All right, so here you go. So MLS sold. All right, so we got some good data there. Okay. Oh, I wanted to look at the pictures of the last comp to make sure that it looks good. And you see a couple of things there. This is more of an art than it's a science. It takes practice. That's simply what that means. It's still a science. Okay. 48 Ellis, just wanted to see the pictures. All right. All right. So I see two thumbs up. If you're watching me, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. I see 2 thumbs up on YouTube, so please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's the structure of the property. If it looks any way too much off, variation of this, it costs a lot more money. This is the structure that's been built, new construction. That's it right there. Okay. Garage, driveway up front, pushed back, 2 family homes. Okay. 2 units for the most part. Some 3 families will probably, will be worth more, but if there's no 3 units in the area, generally I don't like to be the first to do something. Okay. So, but we like this number so far. So it's 331,200, right? It cost $312,000 to build a new one. I don't know, I don't know if I would want to do this deal being in Irvington, unless the cost is a little bit lower than $125 per square footage to build. Okay. But I'm going to save the comps anyway. It's good to have this information. I'm going to save the comps. Say okay. I'm going to add to my properties. Do I have an option here? I think I have. Yeah, no lead. I just saved that in there. All right. So come on. Come on. All right. It's not responding. Okay. I think it was saved. Okay. It's taking too long. So action. I'm going to click view comp reports, and then that will pop up a report, a PDF report for me that I can use as a presentation for investors, for myself, for my hard money lender, for my private money lenders, for my partners, things like that. That's what I would present and tell them, hey, now the math is not good so far. Maybe there are other ways that the math could be better. Okay. I think I should show you what the report looks like. Okay. I know I like to round up at 30 minutes, but I'm going to make sure I do another example here. Let's see here. Let me share another screen with you. Share screen. Stop sharing screen. Share screen. All right. So let's go to application window. Okay. So I wanted to show this. Perfect. All right. So that's what the reports look like. Okay. This is what the PDF reports looks like. As you can see, because the land is not showing any low, high, or final, because they're not real comparables. These are visionary comparables. All right. All right. So you can look at the comps here. The comps is showing low of 305. All right. This person apparently paid $85,000 for this property. I think that's what that number is. Let me see here. All right. So, and that's what happens with a lot of people. They pay comparables. I mean, they pay a price for a piece of land, and sometimes they can't see last sales price. Literally just paid on May. They just paid for it on May. I'm seeing May public record sales here, cash $85,000, and somebody is probably looking to flip that quickly, or they want cash out. Now, let me see here. From what I understand here, I think that may be actually the situation. Oh, okay. The person, it looks like the person just need quick cash. Okay. All right. So we have that locked in already, but just wanted to show you this as an example. Okay. That's a land right there. And that's what the reports look like. 144 to high of, all right, 305, 331. Average is 331, basically. Low 305, low 3. So now, if I go back to, let's go back to, if I were to, the problem with this is that it's a land, okay? It's a land. So let me go back and share my screen with you, my browser with you. All right, because the game that we play, we have to play with the time that we're in. We don't. For me personally, I don't play speculation. My goal is to always reduce speculative energy when I'm doing comparables. Okay, I want to use data. I like the idea of using data. Okay, so this is 331. So if I go here, if I was to make an offer on this, and I put $331,000 here, right? And this is not just a full rehab. That will be estimated for about $82,000. That I probably don't want to spend more than that, maybe $100,000. But if I put 312 here, okay, to build the property, right? I'm negative all day long. Okay, the numbers are not looking good. Okay, and I like, you get the point. Okay, so now the next thing I want to look at is I want to go to Zillow. Okay, I'll go to Zillow. I want to see if there's any property that's sold in that area, any land that's sold in that area. Okay, so I'm going to put the address. All right. All right, that's it right there. It came up actually. All right, so I'm going to go here. All right, so I don't know what this, okay, so it looks like it's actually listed for sale by owner at $60,000 as is right now. All right, so it's listed at 60. That person looks like they need cash. All right. So, but this is a good example of something I personally wouldn't waste my energy on because I believe in the power of I believe in power of numbers, like the law of numbers and averages. That's what I like. I like to spend my energy on. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to see recently sold in this area. There's a way to look at that on let's see here. If you have a question, post them right now. If I have to come back and then ask for questions, I'm just gonna end the session and I answer your question later, just so you know. So if you have a question, you want to post them right now as we're going. All right. So let me see. I'm looking for where's recently sold properties in the area. Let's see. Okay. These people always okay. Similar homes. Similar. Is that it? I think. Now, for buy to hold, you can purchase this rental in that area is probably okay as long as they. But also, if a property is too vacant in that area, it can be vandalized. You saw an example earlier. Let me click more here. View new listings. No, there's something like. See, I don't use Zillow a lot. If I have to come to Zillow and use it, it's probably means it's a bad deal for me personally. Let's see. Okay. All right. So here we go. I had to click off of the pop-up basically. So I'm going to go to sold. I click to sold here only. Sold. Yep. Sold. I pick sold. So it already say yellow. Home type. I'm going to deselect everything and just say land. Okay. The only reason why I'm here, I just wanted to see. Now I've never really looked at it on PropStream if I could check land, but I probably could. But let me just see here. Have an idea of what properties are selling for. $30,000. Okay. So is that making sense why somebody will pay $30,000 for this? It's only one sold in recent times. Okay. And the rest, that's Irvington. Okay. And everything else is Newark. Okay. Which that's bad. Okay. But even in Newark, you see price $40,000, $65,000. These are prices that people are paying for land. So generally, I cannot afford to pay more than $10,000, in my opinion. That's me. Now, some people may want to hold on to it and say, hey, the value of time is what they are working on. That's called speculation. Personally, I rather, because I am a marketing expert 15 years and I know how to find deals better. Okay. So I'd rather spend my energy on that. Now, I'm just going to go back here and see if I could uh, filter this down by land. Let me see if I could do that. Instead of residential, I'll go vacant land and see if there's any properties that sold that is not Newark. And the only thing that's showing up is the same. It's the property, subject property itself. All right. So it's not looking good. All right. It's not looking good. All right. So, but I'm just going to leave that as is, and let's work on something else. Let's work on something else. All right. Any questions at this point? Let's see. Um, Hi V. Hi. All right. So no questions yet. Let's go into the second one. The second piece of property is in East Orange, New Jersey, which is a few blocks away from Newark, New Jersey. If you're not familiar with New Jersey, Freeman Avenue, East Orange. All right, we're gonna look at that. See, zip code should be good. All right. All right. So what are we looking at here? All right. So I'm gonna do the same assessment I just did. Okay. I use. Um, I'm gonna try not to use Zillow in this situation. The only thing I want to do here, let me see if there's a picture of this property somewhere. Mm-mm. That's happening. 92 Freeman Avenue, New Jersey. All right. Let's see what Google asks for us. Another reason why I Google this sometimes is, if it's listed for sale by owner, I would like to know that. If that means they are open to selling right now, I want to know what they listed it for. I want to know how greedy or how fearful they are. Okay, that's the property picture right there. Okay. Uh-oh. Try again. That's it. It says 4 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It says renovated. I don't know when that was listed. It's off market. Zestimate. Zestimate is a useless number for the most part. All right, so just go look here. We use PropStream, EmpireBigData.com, because of the reporting and the easy analytical tools that are here. I go to comparable tabs. I do both. Go 1 year backwards, 1 mile radius, proximity to the property. So this one is not a land, so I definitely need to pick residentials. All right, I just pick residentials and I make sure I pick. I'm just gonna pick this just in case. Two up to 4 family. Now you may say, but all you taught in other places that pick. Yeah, that's the reason. Again, the county record sometimes can be off. I know that market, so that's why I'm picking that. Under normal circumstances, you would pick the comparable that's much more fit for it. Okay, I just want to see everything that's going on within 1 mile radius of that property. Okay, and I'm not going to touch year built. Okay, I'm not going to do that unless I want to do more in depth. All right, so that's it. I think that's it. All right, so I want to look at the best case scenario. Okay, I'm going to deselect this. I'm going to go to, there's an existing home. So I'm just going to go, I want to use this price per square footage. So I click on the column header to sort from high to low, I click on it twice, and I can select this, select this, select this. One thing I can see right now is that properties are in the high 300s. Okay, select this and select that. Okay, all right. So if I scroll back here, now you notice this is what I told you to watch out for. That's a duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take the public record sold out. Same thing, that's a duplicate. I'm going to pick the MLS one. I'm going to take that out as well. All right, and I'm going to pick that one. Okay, all right, 395 on this one. Okay, it's at the bottom here because it's probably a lower price per square footage. There's another one here, or there's one here for 305. Okay. All right, so we're looking at 331. Okay, 5 selected, 331, 800 average sales price. That's my after repair value. Price per square footage is 204. Average days in the market, we have to prepare for that. Okay, sorry about that. I have to prepare for that. All right, so now with that being said, so we got 331. All right. Those are my comparables. Let me just look at the pictures just to make sure that they look similar. Now, okay, so this one year built is 1925. That's perfect. Okay. My year built of my subject property is what? Let me see. I can't see that here right now. Okay, I think I can see if I scroll up. 1940. Perfect. All right. So generally I don't want to use new constructions. So anything built after 1990, I probably don't want to use on this right here. So if I look at this one is 1925, 1950, perfect, 1917, perfect. So anything like decades ago, built decades ago, we call them existing homes. Anything other than that is new construction, right? All right, so I'm going to save comps. Well, I wanted to look at the pictures. I look at the first one. Let me look at the second one. All right, that's perfect. Okay, and this property is estimated value 244, but it's sold recently, apparently. For how much? Let's see. Sold for 305. Okay, so it's probably old pictures here. Hopefully, it's been renovated. But I'm just going by data right now. That's all I have. This is renovated. You can see that's renovated. Estimated. If I wanted to see the front picture, that's the front picture right there. That's perfect. All right. So awesome. So I think I've seen enough. Let me just go ahead and save comps. All right. So okay. And I'm gonna pop up a report so we can look at the report. All right, while I wait for that, let me go ahead and share the other screen. Okay, let me pop that open. Boom. All right. Stop screen share. Share screen. And we need to look at this report right here. Oh, is that the one? No, I think it's this one. All right, so we got this right here. All right, so I don't use this number, this estimated value, because it's averaging everything and not just comps in that neighborhood. Real estate is about location, location, location. So I do a little bit more assessment as you just see me do. 1 mile radius, boom, boom, boom. All right, so here we go. Sold status from date into last 1 year, public records and MLS. Okay. All right, so let's look at this right here. Okay. Subject property is about four bedrooms or something like that. So these are good. These are good comparables. You can see the year built are within like all existing homes. You can see the proximity to the property all under 1 mile radius. Average is 338, 500. Okay. So this number right here, I'm going to copy it. Okay. I'm going to go use it on the dealestimator.com. Let's go use it on dealestimator.com. All right. I need one more thumbs up on the video. If you're watching me on YouTube, that would be nice. If I can get one more thumbs up on the video, that will make it feel worthwhile. It's always worthwhile, but it will make it feel worthwhile. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna place this here. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure you can see my screen now. Perfect. All right. So 65% rule is what I use. It depends, honestly, but I always go with that first, and then I'm gonna use medium rehab. I'm not sure. Let's see how much work. So I'm just gonna assume it's medium work. Okay. So obviously that's not end all be all. Obviously if you're going to do a rehab, you want to do a much more elaborate repair estimate. This is just to have an idea. Okay. But based on what we're looking at right now so far, it says $166,000 offer that it should be. If it needs not much work, maybe we can pay up to $200,000 for the property. Right. All right. So that's that right there. So was that good? You guys learned something new? That's what I have for you today. We're 10 minutes over. I'll be back here at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Basically, this is like office hours. I just want to share what's going on with you and keep you posted. We're testing out some Facebook ads heavy. All right. So look out for more information on that. We have some Facebook. We have like a series on Facebook on this channel. So you want to make sure you watch those first, because it will at least prepare you for what's to come when it comes to using Facebook to generate leads, generate motivated sellers cost effectively. Okay. So look out for more information on that. If you're brand new here, you want to make sure that you plug in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay, because you may be missing out so far. I have 2 new books, well, fairly new, but I have 2 free books for you. Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. You can get this one at smartrealestatewholesaling.com. Okay, so you want to make sure you go and grab this one before you get off the internet. You can see it scrolling right there. Okay, and I have this one as a second one as well. This is my newest book, Real Estate Money Secrets. These are books that you want to make sure you read 10 to 15 times. If you do that, you will become a master in real estate, specifically real estate investing, especially flipping houses nationwide, anywhere from anywhere. You can flip houses nationwide in the United States. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one. Peace.